I'm really happy you welcomed me and welcome the Filipinos. There are a lot of them here.
Somewhere
The
in
crowd in
Madrid, the fans who shouted her name in that arrivals hall prepare to repeat it. Louder, longer, and inside a stadium this time. Alex did not simply arrive in Spain. She arrived as the people's queen. Now Clay will determine whether the coronation came too early or if the world simply has not caught up yet. Can Alex Eala transform this enormous Madrid reception into a clay court statement that quiets doubts surrounding her ranking slide? Or will early defeats define her European stretch? Share your prediction below. And if you want every moment of her Madrid journey covered, the victories, setbacks, reactions others overlook, subscribe now. The draw arrives in 24 hours. The narrative is only beginning, and the fans who filled that airport are not leaving. Every victory strengthens the argument that the excitement is deserved. Supporters already believe. The question remains whether the broader tennis world will be compelled to accept what Filipino fans have recognized for years. Alex is not merely an inspiring narrative. She represents the future. Not every arrival leads to success. Not every tour moment resembles an airport celebration. March 23rd, Miami Open, round of 16. Karolina Muchova overwhelmed Alex Eala 6-0, 6-2 in a display so precise it felt methodical. 12 games, 63 minutes, no rhythm, no solutions. The result was harsh. Eala's reply followed quickly. She posted online hours afterward, saying she chooses gratitude, no excuses, no complaints, only acknowledgement and progress. Within 2 weeks, she returned in Linz, winning her opening match against Julia Grabher, before losing to Ostapenko in a competitive straight-set battle. The resilience is not hypothetical. It is recorded and exactly what she will require when the Madrid main draw begins and the echo of those airport chants follows her onto center court. Hundreds of supporters. One 20-year-old. A Madrid airport transformed into a ceremonial chamber. Alex Eala arrived in Spain ranked 45 globally, carrying the pride of 115 million Filipinos and expectations tied to being treated like royalty before earning the crown. The Stuttgart defeat remains recent. The clay breakthrough still awaits. Yet the airport footage revealed something rankings cannot measure. Clear evidence she has become tennis royalty to a worldwide community unwilling to delay celebrating her rise. The draw arrives Monday. Matches begin Tuesday. And when observers question whether a 20-year-old Filipina can truly contend at the elite level on clay, the response is already reflected in her training environment. The Academy's stature speaks more powerfully than any single statement. Eala's ongoing presence there serves as validation. The Madrid airport moment was not solely about one athlete. It represented a glimpse of where tennis is moving. The WTA has spent years attempting to expand into emerging markets, Asia, Southeast Asia, territories where football and basketball have shaped sporting identity for decades. Alex Eala is accomplishing that without a promotional campaign. She is doing it simply by being present, by earning meaningful victories, by appearing in Stuttgart and Madrid and Miami with a flag on her bag and a country on her shoulders. The Filipino diaspora stretches worldwide. Millions across the Middle East, Europe, and North America. They do not just tune in when Eala competes. They travel. They purchase seats. They fill arenas. Tournament organizers from Indian Wells to Roland Garros are noticing because attendance figures tell the story. When Eala appears in the draw, seats fill quickly. Madrid now becomes the next examination. The Mutua Madrid Open continues through May 3rd. Then comes the possible Catalonia Open appearance on April 27th. A WTA 125 event offering valuable clay repetitions before the French Open stretch begins fully. Roland Garros sits ahead. Every match between now and Paris becomes evidence. That same April 18th, Donna Vekic shared an Instagram story, a selfie with Eala at Caja Magica, both smiling, rackets visible. The caption brief, the meaning significant. Even fellow professionals acknowledge the Filipina's rise. Yet what airport clips cannot reveal is the pressure. Monday, April 14th, Eala falls in Stuttgart 1-6, 4-6. Tuesday, April 8th, she loses in Linz 4-6, 5-7. Clay season, the surface shaping European tennis, capable of defining seasons, has not favored her. Against Julia Grabher in Linz she showed flashes, but the signature victories seen on hard courts in Indian Wells and Miami have yet to appear on clay. The Madrid draw arrives April 20th. Competition begins April 21st. The city already buzzes. You saw the airport, the flags, the emotion. Now imagine bringing that into a WTA 1000 draw where every opponent recognizes you and every match analyzed by millions at home. That is the reality awaiting Eala upon landing. Fans offered a coronation. Madrid determines whether she earns the crown. There is a reason she trains at the Rafa Nadal Academy. There is a reason she returns to Mallorca, where clay court greatness was built. Rafael Nadal, holder of 14 French Open titles, constructed that academy to shape champions. Eala entered in 2018 at 13. She once described chasing Nadal through Madrid airport, nervous, requesting a photo. He stopped, smiled, signed. Years later, she is the one pursued through Madrid terminals. The academy rarely extends recognition lightly. Players remain only if dedication and ability justify it. Eala's continued connection reflects that standard. The environment bearing Nadal's name lends credibility to those who thrive within it. Crowds formed along the barricades. Some displayed posters reading Pusong Pinoy, Filipino Heart. Others lifted oversized flags that partially blocked passengers attempting to pass through the commotion. Eala advanced gradually, pausing for pictures, signing memorabilia, clearly touched by the welcome. Her parents remained beside her. Her brother recorded portions on his phone. This was not scheduled publicity. This was pure spontaneity. A supporter posted on X moments later, "She just arrived and we've waited since 6 a.m. This is what royalty looks like." Imagine being any other competitor arriving in Madrid that week. You exit through the same terminal. Perhaps a few people notice you, perhaps none at all. Then you witness this, hundreds chanting one name, creating a championship-level atmosphere inside an airport hall. That is the Alex Eala phenomenon. The welcome was not isolated. It has become a trend. Stuttgart weeks earlier, a viral fan gathering. Dubai before that, sold-out practice sessions just to watch warm-ups. Miami in March, Filipino supporters traveling across the United States to fill stands during her second-week surge. The crowds follow her everywhere. Madrid queris di persimbelusem. She returns to Spain, where she first embraced clay at Nadal's academy 8 years earlier, and fans greet her like returning home. They transformed Madrid airport into a moment that spread across Filipino sports outlets and tennis social platforms within minutes. GMA Network, ABS-CBN Sports, YouTube videos collecting hundreds of thousands of views, the chants, the banners, the pride, and in the center, family nearby, flashes popping, supporters leaning forward, stood a 20-year-old who has grown larger than her ranking indicates. Madrid now asks a defining question. Can national support convert into the breakthrough her clay campaign urgently requires? The images capture the narrative better than any ranking change ever could. Pressure, expectation, and momentum now collide in Madrid, where every rally, every serve, and every win carries amplified meaning. The atmosphere has already delivered belief. Results must follow. Whether this moment becomes history or hype depends entirely on what she produces once competition begins, when the spotlight burns brightest for her now. Masses of supporters, Philippine banners resting across shoulders, homemade placards lifted overhead, chants echoing together, filled Madrid airport's arrivals area on April 18th, turning an ordinary terminal into something resembling a ceremonial welcome. 20-year-old Alex Eala walked through the gates after landing from Stuttgart, and the audience exploded as if she had captured a Grand Slam title. She had not. Yet for those who spent hours waiting, that distinction meant nothing. What unfolded was more than a simple arrival. Felt like a crowning moment. And the next 72 hours would determine whether that overwhelming affection could follow her onto clay. 3 days before, Eala left a Stuttgart court following a straight sets defeat to Leylah Fernandez. 1-6, 4-6. No theatrics, no disputes. Only another early loss during a clay stretch, still searching for momentum. She flew to Spain alongside family members ranked world number 45, carrying expectations from an entire country. The Mutua Madrid Open draw would be released in 48 hours. Somewhere in the Spanish capital, where she once trained at Rafael Nadal's academy in 2018, supporters were already assembling. This is the pressure rarely spoken aloud. Eala's position has slipped 16 places since March, after reaching a career-best 29 following Indian Wells, then suffering early exits in Linz and Stuttgart on clay. Excitement is racing ahead of results. Fans remain unfazed. They arrived regardless. They lined up for hours,